The Los Angeles Rams have recently released Bobby Wagner, and it is reportedly likely that they will be looking to trade Jalen Ramsey. But massive shout out to Arthur Henderson for the suggestion. Go drop him a sub. Their link is in the description. I've already dropped them one. And if you want a shout out just like that one, just let me know what team to do next. That's all you gotta do. It takes you like 5 seconds and it helps me out a ton. It helps me know what y'all want to see. And also, the support on these videos lately has been insane. I know that's such a generic YouTuber thing to say, but like, I really appreciate it. So let's keep that up. Let's shoot for 200 likes. And thank you for 2,500 subs. That's another huge milestone to hit. So thank you so much for that. Let's shoot for 2,600 on this video. But be sure to turn on notifications for the channel and share this video with a friend that you think might enjoy it. But that's enough plugging, and let's get into today's video. Hello everyone, it is Brandon the Simp here, of course, joined by the GOAT, Mikey McDingle, and today we're going to be taking on what is possibly the hardest team to rebuild in Madden. And today we're going to make it even a little extra harder. That's not English, you know what I mean. Because we're gonna be releasing Bobby Wagner. Obviously, they did this in real life. I haven't done it here yet because I wanted to leave it in for dramatic effect. So, goodbye, Bobby. One of my favorite players of all time as a Seahawks fan. God, that leaves such an ugly gap right there. Good lord. You know, clearly, as a Seahawks fan, I'm hoping he re-signs there. I don't know if he's on good terms with them yet, but I sure hope he goes back. Especially with Jordan Brooks probably out for most of the year next year. But this isn't a Seahawks rebuild, this is a Rams rebuild. Now look, I don't wanna toot my own horn, suck my own balls here, but look, before the beginning of last year, I believe I called multiple times before the season that the Rams would not be good and that they were a very overrated team, and look what happened. Now I was very much helped by them having the injury bug, but even before injury, something wasn't right. So I'll just take my crown as the GOAT, and that's that. But this team is definitely interesting. I mean, they have studs like Cooper Kupp, Cam Akers most of the time is a stud, Rob Havenstein, Aaron Donald, obviously probably the best defensive player ever, Jalen Ramsey, who, no spoilers, but we might do something with him in this video because there are trade rumors with him. I think it's a little more than rumors, but we'll see. Outside of that, though, this team is kind of horrible. Hold on, I want to check something. I want to see if this is right. I think they had 11 different offensive linemen start a game. Not just like play in a game, but like before the game they were announced as the starter. Let me see. Oh, sweet Jesus. Sweet semen. They had 13 different linemen start a game. Oh god. Yeah, this team definitely had the injury bug, so obviously no injuries here. That should definitely help, I would hope. But that's enough talking about the team. I didn't even talk about Matthew Stafford for some reason. Not the best year this year, but I don't blame him having 13 different starters on the offensive line. And what, Ben Skoranek as his #1 receiver for a bit, so I don't fault him too much for that. But let's get straight into this. Do I trade? I'm gonna try to find a trade for Jalen Ramsey. I'm gonna do it. It would make this video more interesting. This team definitely needs the cap space. I already know the team I want to trade him to. Corner isn't listed as an. How the fuck is corner not a position of need for the Lions? Do you see their group? It is not great. Can I really get this much? No. Okay, that's a lot of value for Jalen Ramsey. Now that I think about it, that might be too much. I just kind of shut my brain off and did this. No, it's fine. Jalen Ramsey is a very good corner, obviously. I think the Lions are desperate enough to give up this much. A projected very late first and then 2 second-round picks. Well, I'm trying to justify it. It's fine. He wasn't even that bad this year. A narrative just got started that he did suck, even though this was like a fine year for him by his standards, so it was a very good year. People just love to start narratives and then just go along with the narratives without actually like looking into it. It's super fun. But with that, with this team looking absolutely horrendous, let's get into year #1 and I'll see y'all at the mid-season point. We actually have a wide receiver mentorship here. If this is like Tutu Atwell or something, it is. Okay, Cooper Kupp mentoring Tutu Atwell. Recently, I kind of like to go however you can help because it'll just give them XP and just we can upgrade them on our own. So I think I'm going to do that. It used to be like 700, but they upped it to like 1200, so I definitely like that. I don't know if that's going to get him an upgrade, but either way, it will definitely help. So thank you to the white boy, Cooper Kupp. Okay, I just don't understand this game, dude. What the fuck? We're a 77 overall. Okay, look, hold on. This whole screen just is everything wrong with Madden. So out of 77 overall, we are 4-2. Then the 49ers at an 86 overall are 3-4. Isn't that fun? This game is super well made. Matthew Stafford is having himself a season. Good lord, I was thinking about replacing him, but if he keeps playing like this, 14 touchdowns, only 3 picks, 1,500 yards, not a great completion percentage, but overall looking very good. Akers is doing all right. It looks like we're just not running much. Cooper Kupp, hopefully gonna win Offensive Player of the Year. You know, it's the whole meme with my channel, the white boy Cooper Kupp winning Offensive Player of the Year every single fucking year. We'll see if it happens here. Rob Havenstein, what is happening, bruh? 10 sacks? Hold on, 10 sacks in less than 400 snaps. My man's is on pace for like 30. Good lord, what is wrong with him? Defensive sacks, Aaron Donald isn't doing a whole lot, but Leonard Floyd's doing really well for some reason. I remember that. Leonard Floyd does well in this game. For whatever reason, he's just a god. But we have a tandem breakout here. Is this gonna be like 2 receivers or something, like Atwell and Van Jefferson? I don't fucking know. If I called it, oh, Cooper Kupp in 2. Let's go. I always go praise. Let me know. What is it better to do? I don't really care enough to read it most of the time, but I always go with praise. So I don't know. I always just go with the safer option. Also, if it's weird, I started this franchise at the beginning of the year instead of the offseason. I wanted to use my custom rosters because I feel like Madden would have weird ratings for the Rams. I don't know, but I just feel like they would have weird ratings. Oh yeah, by the way, I should probably mention my custom rosters are completely done now. If you want to download them, they are unfortunately PC only, but the name is like Brandon Updated or something. I think they're really nice. I'm proud of them. I've spent so much goddamn time on them, so if you're on PC, feel free to download them. Anyways, back to the rebuild. Here in terms of re-signings, I did pick up some decent street free agents. Ty Johnson got cut. Kaylavon Chason got cut. I think he's a starter for us. Tyler Johnson, I liked him a lot in real life, but he got... What team is he even on? Is he on like the Browns now or something? I don't know. Rob Havenstein, absolutely not with him playing like that. Taylor Rapp, I actually do want back. He's still only 24, probably 25 in real life, but that's a long contract for an average safety. And he probably won't even take this. Let's go very player friendly. It's not even that expensive. It's just really long. And he takes it. Okay, beautiful. It was like $7 million a year or something, which isn't bad at all. Greg Gaines, I do want back as well. Let's offer him neutral. Oh, fuck. I'm disgusting. He takes neutral. Let's go. It was like 2 years. I should probably be checking these. I don't know what's wrong with me today, but there's always something wrong with me. Everyone else here, I mean, it's a lot of depth players or like lower level starters or older players. I do want the GOAT Matt Gay back. We'll go, yeah, crisp, easy 7-year deal. Let's go. But for everyone else, we'll wait till the end of the year. But speaking of the end of the year, let's get straight there. Actually, no, I lied. I have to see if we hit the breakout thingy. Okay, tandem breakout. Did we hit it? Probably not. We got smoked by the Niners, 38-20. Not great. I was ready. Okay, apparently he did not hit it. Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, we played the Niners. Maybe we can make some excuse like, oh, we were down a couple quarterbacks, so it makes getting bitched by 35 points passable, even though we're a run-first team that relies the least on quarterback in the league and just kind of can throw any quarterback in there and make them look decent because of the scheme, receivers being schemed open constantly, and has like some of the best skill position players in the league. But no, it was because we lost our 7th round quarterback that we got beat by like 30 points. Yeah, maybe we can make that kind of excuse for Tutu Atwell, like, oh, he was going against a good corner, but that's a valid excuse. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's get to the end of the year. Let's see how we can do. Bro, why do so many weird porn bots try to add me on Snapchat? I don't even use Snapchat. Anyways, at the end of year number 1, we finished 10-7. You know, if you like realism, Madden definitely isn't the game for you. I mean, hey, with injuries off here, maybe it's valid. Maybe the Rams would have made the playoffs if their entire team didn't get hurt, but Matthew Stafford was pretty good this year. Didn't finish quite as well as he started. Threw 20 more touchdowns and 8 more interceptions, which is still solid. 4,500 yards, 34 touchdowns, 11 picks, only 63% completion percentage. It would be nice if I could speak. He was solid for sure, not terrible. I was hoping for better considering how he was at the midseason, but still good. Cam Akers below 1,000 yards, but only 237 attempts, 4.2 per carry, 6 touchdowns, 2 fumbles though. I mean, that's not a ton, but for Madden, that's kind of high. Cooper Kupp, the white boy, as always, does amazing. 2,000 yards, 23 touchdowns. That's ridiculous. Gotta love the 17-game season, huh? Tutu Atwell was our number 2 receiver, 842 yards, 5 touchdowns. Tyler Higbee, 763 yards, only 3 touchdowns. Van Jefferson, 549 yards, only 1 touchdown. Blocking, oh god, nobody here was good. Our best lineman was David Edwards, allowing 7 sacks at left guard, and that still sucks. This is disgusting. I'm replacing the entire offensive line. No, wait, off. I was gonna start Logan Brussy. I still might next year because he has a funny name, but it would have been better to start him because he is younger than Coleman Shelton and already like the same overall. So that would have been better, but I forgot to do it because I'm stupid. 129 tackles for Ernest Jones led the team. Tackles for loss, 19 from Aaron Donald, 13 from Leonard Floyd, 11 from Michael Hawkt. Is that how you say his name, or is it like hiked? I've heard it pronounced hiked, but that sounds stupid, so I'm gonna say Hawkt. Ernest Jones with 10, and then sacks, 17.5 from Aaron Donald, 8.5 from Leonard Floyd, and then it takes a big drop off, 3 from Michael Hawkt, and then interceptions, 3 from Grant Haley, 3 from Nick Scott. Where was he playing? I had him as a backup. Why was he getting on the field so much? Oh, you know what? I might have had him listed as the number 2 sub linebacker, and apparently this is one of those schemes where the number 2 sub linebacker plays as your number 2 linebacker, which is super fun. Taylor Rapp, Jordan Fuller, and David Long with 2 interceptions, and then a few players with 1. Definitely a kind of all over the place year. I mean, some players were really good, like Cooper Kupp, Aaron Donald, Leonard Floyd. I guess Grant Haley was really good. Matt Stafford can maybe be thrown into that, but then some disappointments definitely, like Havenstein, Van Jefferson. I guess Cam Akers was kind of a disappointment. Like, definitely not who I would expect to do well for the most part, but, well, I guess Aaron Donald and Cooper Kupp did well. I don't know what I'm talking about. Jalen Hurts wins MVP. That's something. Dak Prescott at number 2, definitely not the NFC least anymore. Matt Ryan up there, sweet lord. Why am I saying shit like that so much in this video? What's wrong with me? I'm sorry. Was that Tua? Wait, oh, I thought I said Tua was on the Chiefs. What team are we? We're the Rams. Offensive player of the year, of course, the white boy, Cooper Kupp. No other Rams, unsurprisingly. And hey, we clear it, as always. Defensive player of the year goes to Aaron Donald. The Bears picked up Bobby Wagner. I don't know if he would want to go there, but they definitely do need linebackers, so valid. Offensive rookie of the year goes to Wan'Dale Robinson. I want to see what he did. That's weird. No Rams, unsurprisingly, and defensive rookie of the year goes to Aiden Hutchinson. Kobe Durant at number 7. Let's go. What did he do? Hold on, I want to see. Ooh, Matt Gay was fucking awful. Kobe Durant, 69 tackles. Nice. 1 tackle for loss, 1 pick, only 2 pass deflections, 36 catches allowed. That's a pretty terrible year. I don't know how he got up there, but I guess we'll take it. But of course, we're in the playoffs here. I'm just gonna simulate this one because it's year 1, but hopefully we can get a win. We don't deserve to get a win because we don't have a very good team, but I definitely won't complain. And actually, I want to start Logan Brussy, however you say his name. I just like saying Brussy because I'm fucking immature. But we have a first of many scenario. It's just gonna be the staff points or whatever. Is that what it does? I can never remember, but play it cool as always. Always gotta play it cool. Oh yeah, it's no risk, no reward. Whatever. I don't even want a reward. We're good enough. We don't need y'all extra shit. Let's go and get destroyed by the Cowboys. Hopefully. I mean, this team shouldn't win, even though we have a home game. Okay, thank you. Thank God. We lose 38-21. The one time I'm happy about losing. Let's get into the offseason, where this team actually is, and let's see what we can do. Oh, that's a Super Bowl. The Bills beat the Cowboys 21-14. That's an interesting Super Bowl. 2 very loaded rosters, to be honest. But once it hits the playoffs, both of those teams kind of fall apart a little bit, at least in the past few years. But hey, looking at pure roster talent, those are definitely 2 of the better teams in the league. So for re-signings, what are we wanting to do here? We have 45 million cap space, which is definitely nice. Definitely don't want Rob Havenstein back. David Long got star dev, and Nick Scott. Oh yeah, Nick Scott had a pretty decent year. I guess we'll re-sign him. I mean, he's interested. He's already 28. I don't see him getting on the field much, but he's cheap, and he has a good dev trait, and he had a good year, so I guess we'll bring him back. David Long, I guess the same deal. We're probably gonna have to go very player friendly, which is 4 years, a little under 5 mil a year. He takes it. I'm fine with that for him to be like a 4th corner. Hopefully not 3rd by the end of the rebuild, but we'll see. Michael Hawk, 3 years, almost 11 mil. Let's see if he takes it. He takes it. We're just kind of re-signing depth players here, but I think that's everyone I want to bring back. Let's kind of trim the fat, I guess. Get those players out of here, and let's bring in some better ones, hopefully. And actually, I want to check. Are there any cuts this team can make? Leonard Floyd, we could cut. I do think I'm going to cut Allen Robinson, actually. He's just not going to play a role for us at all here, and it would free up 6.8 mil. So definitely want to do that. There is a penalty there, but it frees up cap, so might as well do that. We could trade Baker. I thought his contract was expiring this year. Apparently not. It might be my custom rosters, but we'll just say we re-signed him. How about that? We'll just make that excuse. I don't know. In free agency, though, there's some interesting players. Nobody's interested at all. That's super cool. This is actually a pretty big free agent class. It's bigger than I thought it would be. I thought we were going to go for like a ton of lower level players, but we're going for quite a few solid starters here. So the first one is going to be Josh Allen. We do have the lead for him, actually, over the Jets and Commanders, who are for some reason the only other two teams interested. Very underrated player. I said that word about 50 times in my last video, but Josh Allen is pretty underrated. He's a very good pass rusher. It's funny that both Josh Allens in the league are, you know, good, but hopefully he can add a little spark to our pass rush. Might not actually be a good scheme fit now that I'm thinking about it, because we're gonna just have two speed rushers and we need a power rusher on the other side, but we'll figure that out when it gets there. We do have the lead for him, like I said, and then Jack Conklin, we obviously need a right tackle. He's not interested, so we're having to overpay him a little bit, but it's still only like just over 10 mil a year, which is very cheap for him. We're tied for the lead. I doubt we get him because he's not interested, but we'll see. You gotta try at least. David Long, I just thought it would be fun to have both David Longs. They're actually both David Long Jr., I believe, which is very interesting, but also he was like the best relatively young linebacker out there. So not only is it a fun name, but you know, he'll be our day one number one middle linebacker, so that's huge. Mike Hughes, we're lowballing him a little bit. It was the last of the money I had, but he has that star dev, which I think could be nice. Really underwhelming year for the Lions this year, but would be our number one corner, I believe, which is depressing. And then David Edwards, I didn't necessarily mean to let him go. I just didn't really notice him there. He was like our best lineman, even though he wasn't good. I do want him back because he is very cheap. We have a big lead for him. So let's see if any of these players sign. Okay, most of them sign. We get Josh Allen and David Edwards. We do not get Jack Conklin. I'm already having flashbacks to my last video again, because we had Tyler Conklin and I kept calling him Jack Conklin, but this is actually Jack Conklin. So with that, I want to see if there's another lineman we could go for. We could go McGarry. Terrence Steele plays horrendously in this game, so we're definitely not going to go with him. I'll figure this out. We'll see. Ooh, never mind. We're not going McGarry. We're going to try to get Andre Dillard on a relatively cheap deal. Has never really gotten much of an opportunity for the Eagles. Has had kind of injury issues, but was a first round pick. I'm a Washington State fan, so I'm biased towards him, but we're still in the lead for David Long and Mike Hughes. Let's see if we can get any of these three players. We do not, and now the Chiefs are interested in Mike Hughes, but we still have the lead. Let's try one more time, and then we're gonna have to go to the next week. We don't get anybody here. Wow. Okay, well, I guess let's figure this out in the next week. This is harder than I thought it would be. Okay, I simmed the week, and we did pick up David Long. I said that really weird. I said that really dragged out, but we did pick up David Long, and actually, I upgraded over Mike Hughes because we obviously freed up more money from not getting Jack Conklin, so we picked up Sean Murphy Bunting. He was very interested. He'll be our number one corner. That's definitely better than having Mike Hughes, especially because Mike Hughes is more of a slot guy, but I guess so, whatever. It's fine. Andre Dillard still has not accepted. We're obviously lowballing him, so it's understandable. I'm just gonna press it a bunch of times and hope he signs eventually. I don't know if he's gonna. Okay, we do finally get him to sign. He might even start this year, which isn't gonna be fun, but hopefully he'll be a backup. But long free agency over, and honestly very successful free agency over. Let's get a quick look at the team before we get into the draft. I mean, going into the draft, we clearly need offensive line. Good lord, it's an average overall of like a 71. Not ideal. And then defensively, we're honestly looking pretty good. We could maybe use a D lineman and I guess a corner, but it might be harder to upgrade at corner in the draft. I definitely want to draft one eventually though, but I'm more looking at this offensive line because it is horrible. So let's get into the draft and let's see what we can do. So the Detroit Lions, even with Jalen Ramsey, somehow ended up with the number one pick. How? That's like a loaded team now. I mean, Jared Goff playing much better in real life. Okay, look, I'm gonna make some enemies with this. I think Jared Goff is becoming overrated slowly. He's a fine quarterback with a disgusting offense around around him. He's a solid quarterback. He's good. But yeah, I don't know how this team had the number 1 pick. They have Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamison Williams. They had DJ Chark. They had other good receivers. I guess they didn't have a tight end, but they had a really good offensive line. Probably the best offensive line in the league. And then their defense, obviously Aiden Hutchinson, a healthy Romeo Okwara. Linebackers aren't great, but they added Jalen Ramsey. They had a good safety duo with Deshaun Elliott and Tracy Walker. I don't know how this team got the number 1 pick, because that was definitely a lot better of a team than our team, and we made the playoffs, so I don't know, but let's sim straight to our pick, and let's see what we can do. Will Levis is still available. That's something. Peter Skoronsky. Okay, I would get him, but I just got him in the last rebuild, and he played like shit, so we're not gonna relive that experience again. Who do we want to go with? I guess we could go Broderick Jones. He looks really good here. I'm thinking either Broderick Jones or Osiris Torrance or John Michael Schmitz or Anton Harrison. That could be a fun one. Let's go Anton Harrison. He's only 21. Is that right? I don't know. I don't trust these draft classes. They're just ones that I downloaded off of the draft class roster share. Obviously, if you've seen one of my videos before, you know that. I've just kind of made little tweaks to them, added players, but let's go Anton Harrison. 91 strength. That's about all there really is to say about him. He looks like a good player. Will be our day 1 starter at left tackle. And because the Lions were so bad, we essentially have another first round pick. We have number 33, which is huge. I think we're gonna go Tuli Tuipulotu. I always have a hard time saying his name, but we obviously need that kind of 3-4 defensive end. The Rams typically like smaller defensive ends than is typical for a 3-4, so Tuipulotu should be a good pick. Let's take him. Hidden dev, 6'4", 290, 23 years old out of USC, looking very nice. 2 for 2 on hidden dev so far, so you love that. I do think I want to go with another lineman here. Andrew Voorhees is still available. Cody Mout, Darnell Wright. Darnell Wright could be a fun one, but I don't necessarily want another tackle. I don't know what Luke Whippler's overall is. He doesn't look all that good. Also, I swear to you, I changed all of the colleges to not say NA. I don't know why they switched back. That's fucking stupid. I guess let's go Luke Whippler and we'll play him at guard, but also I kind of want to play Logan Brussy because of the name. It's Logan Bruss. I keep saying Logan Brussy just because I'm immature, but it's... Should I stop saying it? No, I'm going to keep saying Logan Brussy because it's funny. But we'll go Luke Whippler, probably going to replace him, or we could just play Whippler at center. We might do that. Let's take him though. Another hidden dev. I think all the like top players in this class have a hidden dev, but it's fine because it's obviously spread out across the league. Any team can take these players. It's not just us. So hidden dev for him. You love to see it. And then I think we'll take one more player here. We'll go Travius Tomlinson. I don't think I get him very much in rebuilds. I don't know if I ever have. So let's bring him in. Let's see what he can be. Normal dev, that's unfortunate, but okay speed, not very strong, but should be a solid fourth corner. That's all we can really ask. Here is a recap of the draft. Obviously a pretty good draft for us. Anton Harrison as our first pick is a 73 overall. You love to see that. Should be our day one starter at left tackle. We actually have kind of an interesting thing going on there because, I mean, we have three players around a 72, 73 overall with Anton Harrison, obviously, and then not Hal Vaitai. I'm a Washington State fan. I should remember his name. Andre Dillard, and then Joseph Noteboom. But I think I'm going to give the nod to Harrison and Dillard because Noteboom played last year and was terrible. But with Harrison and Dillard, we don't know. They both could be decent. So I would rather give the nod to them than someone we know is terrible. Tuipulotu is a 70 overall at defensive end. He was a 71 defensive tackle. I'm a little surprised he went down rather than up, but it is what it is. Really high tackle rating. That's kind of weird. Okay strength, solid acceleration, good finesse moves. Not the fastest in the world, but should be a good player. And then Luke Whippler, not Wook Lippler. I'm fucking tired, dude, but definitely a good pass blocker. So that's not the best scheme fit, but I guess this team does pass a ton in this game, so that kind of works out. He'll probably be our starting center. Our offensive line is going to look pretty different from last year, which is a good thing. And then Travius Tomlinson, only a 68 overall, normal dev, so I guess he'll just be our fourth corner. If that, we might even get a better player than him. And then I traded most of our later picks away just because I think we can get better value late in next year's draft. But we did take DJ Dale just to be a depth defensive tackle, and Michael Turk to be a punter. It seems like all of the colleges corrupted even more in my draft classes, so that's not super fun because I had Luke Whippler fixed, I had Travius Tomlinson fixed, I think I even had DJ Dale fixed. I don't think I got to punter, but I think they all went back, and I think more players corrupted, so that's truly an EA moment. I mean, there have been lots of those lately, that's for sure. I think I'm gonna do the good old classic Madden cut and re-sign because Leonard Floyd, cutting him would save us $15.5 million. I don't even think he's that good in real life at all. Definitely not fucking $15.5 million a year good. And that's just the savings. I don't know how much he is getting per year in real life, but that ain't gonna fly. We're gonna be able to get him back for what, 3.75 mil. Yeah, that was a no-brainer. Here is a look at the team going into year number 2 of the rebuild. Obviously, we're looking mostly the same. I mean, Matthew Stafford still the same overall somehow. Cam Akers still here. Cooper Kupp. Mostly everything is the same. I also did move Ben Skoranek to tight end because he did go up in overall there. Just not good enough of a route runner to be a receiver really, so we just moved him to tight end. It makes sense. Kind of what he does in real life, but he's more of like a fullback in real life, which is really interesting. But the offensive line is very different. I mean, it's almost all different starters from last year except for David Edwards. I mean, Anton Harrison, Luke Whippler. I'm having trouble with names, I'm sorry. Logan Brussy and Andre Dillard. And then defensively, we are also very different. Obviously, bringing in the other David Long. Now we have both of them. Brought in Josh Allen, brought in Tuipulotu, brought in Sean Murphy-Bunting, and then also just chilling in unsigned free agency, I found Isaiah Oliver and Tracy Walker. So those are 2 decent depth pickups there. I guess Oliver is going to start for us. Kobe Durant was up there for Defensive Rookie of the Year last year, but I checked his stats. You saw that. He wasn't good, so don't really want to start him. But this is a really good-looking team compared to, you know, the kind of bad cap situation it's in real life. Then here is a look at the specialists. I mean, it's about what you would expect. Just nothing really too interesting here, but I'm excited to see how the team does. I'm honestly expecting it to be bad because I know how Madden works. You typically do all right year 1. Well, I guess most of the time you do all right year 1, you do really well year 2, and then you kind of suck in year 3, but you can be good in year 3. I don't know, we'll just have to see. But let's get to the mid-season point of year number 2, enough talking about it, and let's see what this team can do. Super quick, if you have not already, please be sure to like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton, and it's super easy for you to do. Plus, if you've made it here already, I mean, you're enjoying the video a little bit, so I mean, you might as well help a brother out, you know what I'm saying? Please be sure to do that. And also let me know what team to do next for a shout out like the one at the beginning of this video. I would appreciate it very much. It lets me know what y'all want to do, or what y'all want me to do. You know what I'm trying to say. But at the mid-season of year number 2, we are 4-3. We've been surprisingly good so far, but we have some re-signings here. Let's see who we got to re-sign. We don't have much cap space, honestly. Cam Akers, I definitely do want back. He's very interested. I wonder if we could get away with player friendly. I mean, it doesn't save us that much money. We'll just go neutral, 5 years, 27.5 mil. Let's see if he takes it. He does. Now, outside of him is kind of where it gets interesting because we do have some players here. I mean, Tyler Higbee, Jordan Fuller, Van Jefferson, they're all starters. Isaiah Oliver, Leonard Floyd, but those players we can't re-sign until later anyways. Honestly, none of these players are like super good. Jordan Fuller's up to a 79. He hit like a camp standout type thing in the preseason and got 10,000 XP, which is really nice. We'll go very player friendly just because that's super cheap still. It's 5 years, 30 mil, 6 mil per year, and he doesn't want it. Okay, I mean, I guess we're not going to be re-signing him then. Everyone else we will wait for, especially because our cap space is kind of tight, surprisingly. So let's get to the end of year number 2 and let's see how we can finish out. At the end of year number 2, we actually miss the playoffs, going 7-10 after being 4-3 at the midseason, but this is fine. We're an 80 overall. We're definitely not playoff ready yet. We should not have been in them last year. I don't know how the hell we were, so I definitely think it's valid we well, the only thing is, I don't know how we get better and then miss them after being bad and then making them, but that's just EA. The better team you make, the worse course you do for some reason. But for season stats, Matthew Stafford, 4,600 yards, 33 touchdowns, 11 picks, 61% completion percentage. Not the best year in the world, but not terrible. But by Madden standards, it's just okay. I mean, he was number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in passing touchdowns, and a pretty good amount of interceptions. Jesus Christ, Daniel Jones had 20. It was a fine year for him. Cam Akers had a very good year, 1,000 yards, 4.3 yards per carry, 7 touchdowns, no fumbles. We did bring back Darrell Henderson. That's another player I forgot to mention that we got out of just unsigned free agency. Only 3.6 yards per carry, 2 fumbles in 93. Yeah, he was terrible. Glad I haven't re-signed him yet. Cooper Kupp, 1,900 yards, 15 touchdowns. He was very good. Hopefully a second offensive player of the year. We'll see. Van Jefferson, 888 for yards. That's a fun one, I guess. Wish it was 88 catches and 8 touchdowns, but it is what it is. He had 5 touchdowns. Tutu Atwell, 746 yards, 8 touchdowns. Tyler Higbee, 631 and 3. Now blocking, oh god, it was arguably worse. However, Logan Brussy is a god. 0 sacks allowed at right guard. Now it's the easiest position in the game. Typically they allow the least amount of sacks, but we will still definitely take it. Luke Whippler was awful. David Edwards was pretty bad. Anton Harrison was bad. And Andre Dillard was horrific. You love to see it. I definitely see what was wrong with our team this year. Unsurprising, because our average overall was like 71, but still. David Long led the team in tackles with 131, 100 for Ernest Jones. Tackles for loss, 19 from Aaron Donald. Tuli Tuipulotu with 17. However, he only had 1 sack, which is definitely interesting. Josh Allen with 15, 13 for Leonard Floyd, and sacks, 19.5 from Aaron Donald, 15 for Josh Allen. That was a very good pickup. Potential defensive player of the year. I mean, either one of these could win it. 82 tackles, 15 for loss, 15 sacks, and a pick for Allen, and then 19.5 sacks, 19 tackles for loss, and 80 tackles for Aaron Donald. And then Leonard Floyd with 6 sacks. Like I said, Tuli Tuipulotu with only 1. I skipped interceptions. I'm stupid. Matt Gay was good this year. Ernest Jones, Jesus Christ, he had a really good year too. 5 interceptions, 2 from Fuller and Murphy Bunting, and then 1 from a few players. So not many interceptions total, but Ernest Jones was good. And then MVP, unsurprisingly, goes to Patrick Mahomes. We saw that he had a really good year. I just did a fantasy draft for fun because I'm thinking about doing one for a video. So now seeing players on their actual teams is throwing me off. Also, let me know if you would want to see me do a fantasy draft, because apparently I'm really good at it. I built a 91 overall team that won 3 Super Bowls in a row and then went to a 4th, so that was interesting. Offensive player of the year, of course, goes to the white boy Cooper Kupp. DeAndre Hopkins up there, that's interesting. Kenny Golladay on the Packers, ew. Defensive player of the year goes to Aaron Donald and Josh Allen. They do top 2 it like I expected. No other Rams. I'm surprised Ernest Jones isn't up there. No Rams up here for offensive rookie of the year, and defensive rookie of the year goes to Keanu Benton. That's fucking weird. No Rams up here either. I guess we didn't have that much impact from rookies, which is kind of weird. I think our rookies held us back, if anything. But with that, let's get into the offseason, and let's hopefully make this a playoff team, a true playoff team. We'll see what we can do. The Lombardi Trophy goes to the Dallas Cowboys here, beating the Miami Dolphins 31-26. I don't actually remember. Did they win the last Super Bowl or lose it? They played the Bills. I think the Bills might have won it. I can't remember for sure because I'm stupid and I take forever to record these videos, so that was like hours ago for me when it's like minutes for you, but it is what it is. We have a lot of upgrades. Aaron Donald gets one. Unfortunately, no longer a 99, but fair enough. I don't know how you don't keep a player that had 19.5 sacks and 19 tackles for loss at a 99 overall, but whatever. I feel like the whole rating system needs to be overhauled. Not necessarily the rating system, but how they play, because a lot of the time you get really high overall players that just play like shit. I feel like overall should be directly connected to, you know, how they play in the game, rather than, oh, I have a 99 overall, let's see if they actually play well or if they just absolutely suck dick. Just one of the many things EA does wrong. But we have some re-signings here, and we only have 10 million cap, so I don't know if we're going to be able to bring back anybody. This should be fun. Jordan Fuller will up it a little bit, and he does re-sign. Okay. I didn't think that would eat up cap because I thought that was already accounting for his caps, like the original offer I sent him, but whatever. Everybody else, though, I want to try to re-sign Isaiah Oliver, but I know he won't take this. What if I up the years, and I'm going to have to lower that that, but yeah, he doesn't take it. Okay, so I don't think we're going to be able to bring anybody here back, unfortunately. I do want Leonard Floyd back, though. Okay, he takes that. Good. At least we get Leonard Floyd back. I can't speak. Obviously, he's down to a 74 overall, but he still plays well. At the very least, he should be a good third pass rusher, but let's get into free agency and let's see what we can do. I might have to make some cuts, actually, because I want to be able to sign decent players here, believe it or not. Okay, the first one is definitely going to be Joseph Noteboom. That'll save us 11 mil. I forgot they gave him that contract. Look, I thought Joseph Noteboom was a decent player. I thought he was a little underrated before they sent him this contract, and I still thought this was way too much money. And I guess so far he's been injured in real life, so we can't really say for sure if he's going to be a good player, but I really didn't understand paying him that much. That's kind of how I feel about the Roy Robertson Harris deal that the Jags just gave him, because I do think he's slightly underrated, but I would pay him like 5 mil a year. I wouldn't pay him like 10. I mean, he's not coming off the best year. He was way better for the Bears. Ever since he's been with the Jags, he hasn't been quite as good. Coming off the Bears roster, I would give him 10 mil a year, but I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't give him 10 mil currently. Anyways, that's way off topic. Well, not really, because of Joseph Noteboom. Either way, we have a tiny bit of spending money here. I wish we had a lot more. I don't know what is eating up our cap space. I guess it's just Matt Stafford, Mr. Frat Stafford in here, and then Aaron Donald, because we're not really paying anybody anymore. Is there a ton of dead money for like the Ramsey contract and stuff? I guess we're paying Cooper Kupp too, and Josh Allen. This is a tough situation to be in, dude. I don't know what to do here. This team is so screwed for the future. I have no idea how they're gonna get themselves out of this hole that they're in. I mean, I guess in real life you can kind of fuck with the contracts, like pull a whole Sean Payton, move the entire contract back over and over and over to keep creating cap space and stuff, but I mean, I'm trying my best here and it's still not super easy, but I guess really the only contract we're gonna be able to make is for Jonah Williams. I do want to bring him in. We also do need a tight end and we also do need a receiver, but there isn't really anybody at either of those positions that I view as good enough to really bring in here. Maybe a receiver, but I can't really afford any of these top guys, so I think we're just kind of looking to the draft there and hoping that we can hit on somebody like I hit on your mother. But let's see if we can bring in Jonah Williams. He is interested. He doesn't take it yet. Still not taking it. Please take it. Mr. Williams, I really need you. No homo. All right, I rearranged his contract. We're gonna have no cap space after this, but I guess we're gonna have to sim a week. Let's sim and let's see if we get him. I'm sure we will. I don't even know if he's gonna play well, but we'll find out. You know, I guess third receiver and tight end aren't even the biggest problems in the world because this team doesn't seem to use them anyways. Like Higbee had like 500 yards each year. Our third receiver had also like 500-600 yards each year, so it's not that big of a deal. But I do want to address that in the draft. However, we do get Jonah Williams. Ironic, because again, I think they have the other Jonah Williams in the league. There are a lot of those here. There was Josh Allen. Obviously, there's another one of those in the league. We don't have him. I wish we did. We could really use him, but we don't have him. We have both David Longs on the team, and now we have Jonah Williams, the left tackle on the team. I believe Jonah Williams is still there in real life. I don't think we have him anymore here, but still. Definitely a weird rebuild for sure. I guess all of them are weird, but that's why y'all like me, I guess. Right? Smile? Here in the draft, the bright side about being terrible is we have the number 7 overall pick. The Cardinals have the number 1 pick. I'm actually curious, what are they gonna do? They go with a defensive end. Makes sense. They definitely need one in real life. If they were smart, they would go with Jalen Carter. We'll see if they do that in real life. I cannot guarantee anything. But what do we want to do with this pick? This guy doesn't look as good as I thought he would. I was really looking at this guy because he was listed with like A to C deep route or something, but it's only a C. Oh yeah, he looks bad. This team is still so dog shit. This sucks. We might actually end up trading down this pick because everyone I'm looking at is projected to go a little later. This guy looks really fucking good. Oh my god. This guy also looks really good. Okay, we're definitely going to trade down. Hopefully for like a mid first. This trade doesn't look bad. That doesn't seem like enough value, but that's about where I want to trade down to, around like mid first. We could trade down 2 spots to pick up an extra third, but that doesn't really do a whole lot for us. I'd like to trade down a lot to pick up a lot. We could get an extra first next year, but I don't know if we're going to be going still next year. We might be though. That might be a good idea. Let's do this trade with the 49ers. We'll trade down to 19 and pick up a second and a third this year. That seems pretty good. So with this pick, let's see who is still available. God damn it, all the pass rushers are gone. I was hoping there would be one. Aw, this guy looks terrible, dude. If he had good play rec, I would trust him more, but no, this guy doesn't look good. And he's second to third round, has elite acceleration. Doesn't look, okay, whatever. Is there a receiver still available that looks pretty good? Not really. Tight end? This guy doesn't look bad. Oh, he's so slow. Oh, he looks really good though. This dude's totally gonna have normal dev though. But he is only 21, fuck it, let's take him. Okay, he has hidden, thank God. He's a vertical threat with only 80 speed, which is really weird, but it's fine. He's only 21, left-handed just like me for real, out of Georgia, 6'3", 246. Not the biggest tight end in the world. I'm surprised he's not fast. I mean, I guess 246 is big. Whatever, it's fine. He'll be our starting tight end. I don't feel great about it because I wish one of those pass rushers were there. They all looked fucking really good, but it is what it is. God damn it, I thought I'd beat my addiction of saying it is what it is. Apparently it's back. Well, this guy looks really good. Sheldon Minor? Yeah, A tackle, A impact block, good awareness, hopefully, good block shed, power moves, really strong, not even that slow for being, well, I guess he's only 286, so I guess that's not super quick, but I mean, I don't know. Do we take him or do we go with a receiver? None of the receivers look good. The only one that looks decent is Percy Sutherland. I feel like we gotta go with Sutherland. We need a receiver, dude. And he does look pretty good. He's listed as a deep threat, which is interesting because he's 6'5", 222. This could be our DK Metcalf. He's not as strong or fast as Metcalf, but good catching, good spec catch, good catch in traffic, hopefully good awareness. I'm guessing pretty good deep route. Let's take him. Hidden dev. Okay, beautiful. 93 speed at 6'5", 222. I think that was a good pick. I mean, I know you're supposed to go best player available in real life and all that stuff, but that guy looked really good too. If the Broncos take the defensive lineman I want, I'm gonna scream. That wasn't him, was it? I will piss myself. No, okay. Sheldon Minor. Don't let Matt Ariza near him, but you already saw him. I don't really need to say anything else about him. Here's a tip: if you don't have injuries on in your franchises, look for players with bad injury ratings. Because obviously the downside of them, if you have injuries on, is they'll be a good player, but they'll get hurt a lot. So obviously franchise drafts are made around assuming you have injuries on, so I'm assuming this guy will be good. Yeah, hidden dev, 93 strength. That he should be a really nice player. He'll probably be a 72 overall, now that I said that, but I'm hoping you'll be more like a 75 at least. This might be the last pick I'm gonna take. We're gonna go Damon Saunders, or Damon Saunders. I'm gonna say Damon Saunders because that sounds more fun. He's 6'2", 268, 23 years old, another lefty out of Toledo. Not the fastest in the world, but good bench press reps, listed with elite acceleration. I already showed him. I said he looked bad, but at this point we might as well see if he's actually bad. He'll probably be like a 68 normal, but let's take him. Yeah, he has normal dev. My guess is either 68 or 69. We'll see. So, I mean, at the very least, he'll be like a rotational player, but that's fine, because I don't think we were finding a starter there anyways. And I think with the last pick I'm going to take here, let's go Devon Patterson, or Devon Patterson. I don't know. He's 6'2", 220, already 23 out of USF, but he is very quick. Ran a 4.57 at the combine. Not very strong, but elite change of direction, speed, agility, a very fast linebacker. Very good in coverage, but also he's one of those players that has good run defense too, and typically those are higher overall players. Sometimes it's hard to tell because they aren't fully scouted, but if you're looking for pass coverage linebackers, don't normally go for ones that are just good in coverage. Go for ones that have good coverage and good run defense, because if they have just good coverage, they're gonna have like 65 tackle and be like a 62 overall. They're gonna be terrible, but this guy could be good. Let's take him. Hidden dev, 89 speed at linebacker. I think he'll be pretty good. Here is a recap of the draft going into what is potentially the final year of the rebuild, and honestly, I'm pretty underwhelmed by this draft. There were a lot of players I thought would be a lot better here. The first one being Chris Bozeman, the tight end. I thought he would be somewhere in the 70s, but yeah, he's just really not that good. The speed definitely holds him back. There's nothing about him that's like really good. I guess his acceleration, but a lot of players have good acceleration. Like, he's just okay to below average at like everything. So that's unfortunate. Percy Sutherland is also a disappointing overall. I thought he would be like a 75 or something. He's a 72. He has good speed, good catch in traffic, good spec catch, but bad route running. So he's only a 72 overall. But he'll still start, be our third receiver, and still should be decent, I hope. Sheldon Minor is really disappointing. No pass rush, just strong, and that's about it. He has good tackling, but really not good at anything else. I guess he has good pursuit. He looks like a solid run defender, but God, I don't know. He's just not that good. I was hoping he would be up to like a 75, even up to a 78, because he looked so good, but he's not. And then Damon Sanders is only a 67. My guess was a 68, so he's even worse than I thought. No pass rush to his game. Just doesn't look good. And then where did I sim it out? Did I take Patterson? I think I took Patterson. He was a 72 outside linebacker, 71 middle linebacker, so that was a pretty good pick. And then I think I did take some of the rest of these picks up to, I think I just took these two. This lineman is terrible. He's a 64 overall, but Luke Bass is a 70, so that's not terrible. This just wasn't a very good draft, honestly. The CPU did pick a 74 overall fullback with hidden dev. I checked if he was better at any position. He was like a 52 overall at most. So I guess we'll have a good fullback. I don't know. Here is a look at the team going into the third and potentially final year of the rebuild. Now, I'm going to be real. We are a 78 overall, so this is probably not going to be the last year of the rebuild, but we are looking okay. The problem with this team, obviously, is we are still in salary cap hell. That is partially because of Matt Stafford. We still can't really cut him. I mean, it would save us 33 mil, but it would give us like a $55 million cap penalty, so I don't think I necessarily want that. But I mean, we did add some decent players here. Sutherland, Bozeman, Lewis, the fullback, I guess, if you want to count him. I mean, other than that, though, the offense is relatively unchanged. Actually, did we add Jonah Williams this offseason? I think we did, so that's one difference there. And then defensively, we're gonna start Devon Patterson. I don't know. I'm having a hard time with names, apparently. Obviously, a very fast linebacker. He's gonna be the number 2 linebacker. We'll see if we can develop him a little bit. Hopefully, not quite a scheme fit. Actually, is there a better scheme? No, we're 100% fit for a 3-4, just a base 3-4. Okay, base 3-4, more like based 3-4. Luke Bass is a, well, we already know his overall, but he's gonna start as our number 3 corner and in the slot. Only 21 years old. He actually kind of fits the build for like a Rams corner. He's 5'9", 188. I think that's really similar to Troy Hill. So this is just our Troy Hill replacement, even though we haven't had him in a while. So whatever, but we're going to be actually playing Luke Bass in the slot where they played Troy Hill outside, and then the Jaguars. No, wait, I'm thinking of Darius Williams. Is Troy Hill also 5'9"? Hold on. No, Troy Hill's 5'9". I'm thinking of Darius Williams. I'm a fucking dumbass. I woke up like half an hour ago. Give me a break. But yeah, this defense is definitely looking pretty solid. It's just kind of our offense that's the major concern. This is definitely the worst team I've ever had in year 3. I don't know if that's entirely my fault, but you know, the cap situation's been pretty awful. So with that, let's get to the mid-season point of year 3 and let's see how we can do. Well, shit. At the mid-season point of year 3, we are sitting at 2-5. Obviously our worst season so far. What's going wrong here? Matthew Stafford is doing phenomenal. That's fantastic. Cam Akers is doing really well, surprisingly. David Edwards, ew, what the I don't know why we're this bad. It kind of just looks like it's Matthew Stafford. Our defense, we're getting a lot of pressure. Only 4 interceptions on the year. It's just Matt Stafford. I don't know what else to do, man. But we have some re-signings here. It looks like we are going to be going to a year 4, which I'm fine with. It'll make a better team than this. So Aaron Donald, we're probably going to have to go very player friendly. It's 4 years, 145 mil. Let's see if he takes it. He does. Okay, cool. Greg Gaines is already 28. I feel like we could probably upgrade there in free agency. Kind of same with Tutu Atwell. He's only a 76 overall. David Edwards has played like shit. Ernest Jones, I guess I'll bring him back. He's pretty cheap. The good thing is we have 50 mil to work with here. So it looks like a lot of our contracts are finally freeing up. It must have been like dead cap from the Ramsey contract, or I don't know. I don't know why suddenly so much money freed up, but we'll take it. But I guess there isn't really much left for us to do here. So let's just get to the end of year number 3. Let's just bite the bullet, go probably like 5-12, unless there's some kind of crazy bounce back. But let's just kind of go into the offseason with a lot of money, hopefully good draft capital from sucking. We'll see. Okay, I'm actually really disappointed about this. At the end of year number 3, we finished 8-9. I was hoping something like that wouldn't happen, like almost a playoff comeback, but not enough to where, I mean, we're kind of just in between now. We're not going to have a super good pick, and we're obviously not in the playoffs. That's pretty much worst case scenario, so that's kind of how my luck's going, apparently. Matthew Stafford actually kind of had a bounce back. 4,500 yards, 39 touchdowns, 12 picks is a lot, 61% completion percentage. I think I'm still wanting to move on. I still don't trust him. He still hasn't been super good. I mean, for real life, obviously those are very good stats, but for Madden, it's a little lacking. Cam Akers was very good. Kyron Williams as the backup was also good. 540 yards, 4.4 per carry, 8 touchdowns. Cooper Kupp, 1,700 yards, 17 touchdowns. I don't know if that's good enough for Offensive Player of the Year, but we will see. Tutu Atwell, almost 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. Percy Sutherland, only 732 yards, 6 touchdowns as a rookie. Chris Bozeman, only 723 yards, 5 touchdowns as a rookie. Blocking, Jonah Williams was really good. David Edwards looks like he was our only really bad lineman, and his contract is up, so I'm fine with that. Anton Harrison was really good. Luke Whippler and Logan Bruss weren't great, but it's whatever. David Long led the team in tackles with 120. 22 tackles for loss from Aaron Donald led the team. 15 from Floyd, 12 from Gaines, 10 from Josh Allen, and sacks. You know, Aaron Donald hasn't been quite as good as he normally is. I mean, obviously 14 sacks is really good, but we've seen him hit like 30 before when we're having to go against him, but of course when we have him on our team, he doesn't do quite as well. But 16.5 sacks for Josh Allen leads the team, 14 for Aaron Donald, 10 for Leonard Floyd, he's still been really good. Tuli Tuipulotu with only 4.5. In interceptions, 4 from Devin Patterson as a rookie. He had a really nice rookie year, so possibly Defensive Rookie of the Year. Sean Murphy-Bunting also with 4, 2 for Rapp and 1 for Nick Scott and Jordan Fuller. For yearly awards, MVP goes to Joshua Allen. Malik Cunningham on the Vikings at number 2. Excuse me? Mac Jones on the Raiders. This is weird. Daniel Jones on the Panthers. All right, everything's slowly going to shit in this franchise. Offensive Player of the Year does not go to the white boy Cooper Kupp. It goes to Justin Jefferson. No other Rams. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Nicholas Bosa. Aaron Donald at 3. Josh Allen at 7. Not bad. Julian Wilson of the Lions wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. Percy Sutherland at 4. Chris Bozeman at 5. Defensive Rookie of the Year does go to Devin Patterson. You love to see it. Luke Bass, the corner, at 7. I didn't even see what he did. He must not have done a lot. But with that, I'm ready to get into the offseason, and let's actually try to make this team good. It's going to be hard, but we'll try. In the Super Bowl, we have the Indianapolis Colts beating the New York Giants 38-35. Very high scoring Super Bowl. That was probably a very interesting one. Not two teams I would predict in the Super Bowl, but fair enough. I guess the Giants are trending up. The Colts are a team that exists. I can definitely say that. So you never know. Maybe in 3 years, we could see them in the Super Bowl. If I predict that correctly, I am a god. I guess Madden predicted that, but I kind of said it, so I don't know. Do with that information what you will. For re-signings, though, what do I want to do? What do we even want to do here? I don't even think I want anybody back here at all. I mean, maybe Tutu Atwell, but we could also just straight up upgrade there. He's not interested, really. I think we're just going to upgrade. Let's go into free agency with 41 mil. I think that's the better move. And also, I want to check if there are any cuts we can make, because obviously I'm thinking of Matt Stafford there, Mr. Frat Stafford, unless he retired or something. It would only save us 13 mil. What the hell is his contract? So it's still this year and next year? Okay. I'm trying to think if cutting him would be worth it. I don't think it would be, but also I want to upgrade at QB. I want to see, that's going to be the interesting thing here. Are there any QBs here? No. We can get Davis Mills. No thanks. I'm fine. I'm okay. Here's what we're going to be doing in free agency. Obviously, we lost Tutu Atwell, so let's make a big upgrade there and try to bring in Devontae Smith. He's up to a 91 overall, still only 26 with that superstar dev. We have the lead for him. Surprisingly, the only other team interested is the Houston Texans. Why would teams not want Devontae Smith? I don't know, but fair enough. The next one is going to be Asante Samuel Jr. Again, we have the lead for him over the Minnesota Vikings, only 25. He's not interested, but we do have the top offer. We're just having to slightly overpay him. It's probably like almost 10 mil a year, which is definitely not bad. I definitely feel like a player of this caliber would get more than that in real life, but it is what it is. God damn it, I said it is what it is again. I suck. I'm terrible. And then the next one is going to be Quinn Miners. We obviously need a guard. We lost David Edwards, and he was terrible last year, so we'll see if Quinn Miners can play better. We're the only team interested in him, surprisingly, so let's see if either of these players sign right off the bat. They all sign immediately with us. That is huge. That is definitely one way to overhaul a team in an offseason. That's great. Here in the draft, we have the number 15 overall pick. I'm looking at the recorder. It looks like the game is lagging like crazy, but who cares? It'll be okay. We'll live. I don't know why it's lagging. Oh, I have like 50 things open. That's probably why. We'll survive. It'll be okay. Ooh, the QBs are still here. I was looking at this dude. This dude looks good. Oh, he's already 23. Has elite strength, though. Great throw power. This guy looks nice. We kind of do need a quarterback. It wouldn't be the worst pick in the world to go with him. This guy also looks absurd. Oh my god. His route running's really bad. Other than deep, obviously. But he ran a 4.24. Elite speed and agility, obviously. Do we need a receiver that bad? I guess we kind of do. He could end up starting for us. Let's go Joe Rivers, fuck it. Normal? Huh? Okay, well, let's forget that ever happened. I did not take that player. You cannot hold me to that. I did not do it. Okay, with this next pick, I forgot we let Greg Gaines go. I forgot we had a hole at defensive tackle, but it's fine. I mean, we can replace that. Honestly, we might even be able to replace that with somebody already on the roster. I don't even know if we need to take a player here. We could even go with a defensive end and move them inside to defensive tackle. That might be the move because I feel like they'll be a better overall. Yeah, let's go Sean Marshall. He looks crazy. He's 6'6", 295, 22 years old, out of South Carolina. Ran a 4.93, which is not bad for being big, I guess. Pause. 39 reps at the combine, 40 at his pro day. That's really good. Elite strength, obviously. Really good tackle and play rec, good awareness, block shed, power moves. Hopefully good pursuit and hit power. He looks pretty good. Let's take him. Probably normal dev. Yeah, normal dev, but should be a decent overall at defensive tackle. We're striking out on the dev traits. The first one I did not expect at all, but that one I kind of expected. Normally, those kind of players don't have a good dev trait. Normally, they have normal. And now I kind of have no idea who to go with. This guy's interesting. Jerome Allen, B awareness, B block shed, A power moves. He's already 23. He's projected to go day 3 though. I don't know if we need to take him yet. We might wait one round and see if there's anybody else good we could go with. Let's go with Peter Hicks first. He's a possession tight end that ran a 4.57 and also 26 reps. He was basically like first or second for almost everything at the combine other than 3-cone. Elite strength. I'm surprised he doesn't have elite speed. Looks good at literally everything. He's probably going to be a 70 overall with normal dev. That's my guess. Okay, he does have hidden. Thank God. I have no idea what his overall is going to be, but at least he looks good so far. That's all we can really say about him. And of course, that guy's gone. They actually took him before the guy above him, which is interesting. So he was probably a good player. With that, I might just sim out the rest and see what the CPU can do. Okay, here is a recap of the draft. It was pretty decent. Joe Rivers is only a 76 overall, which it's not bad, but with him only having normal dev, I was hoping it would be a little higher. I guess obviously 76 overall, pretty good. He's a borderline starter for us. I'm gonna go with the other guy because he does have the dev trait, but still this guy looks good. A 98 speed, 80 deep route, good catching, catch in traffic, spec catch. It's always weird to me that these kind of receivers always have really good hands, because typically the problem with like these fast guys is they don't catch very well, but for some reason in Madden their problem is running other routes other than deep routes, which isn't typically a problem for them. I don't know. Sean Marshall is a 73 overall. What's he going to be at defensive tackle? Probably a 75, hopefully. 76. Okay, that's what I was hoping for. I just didn't want to say it because I felt like if I said it, it wouldn't come true. But yeah, he's a 76. Obviously, him being a 73 isn't great, but a 76, that makes that a really good pick. Obviously, really good strength, good run defender overall. Not much pass rush to his game, decent power moves. Rams, but that's not even really what we need. We just needed a good run defender. Peter Hicks is a 72 overall, so about the same as our other tight end currently. We might even give Hicks the nod because he is younger, already the same overall, and is actually scheme fit, but we'll see. And then Michael Darby is a QB I took. I guess I didn't record it, but he was projected day 3. He was in the UDFA section, but he was like the best quarterback available. He looks okay. I guess he has that Eastern Washington connection to Cooper Kupp. I don't know. Doesn't look terrible though. And then the CPU just took the rest of the players here. I guess it took an okay running back, a 69 overall. Nice. Here is a look at the team going into year number 4 of the rebuild. Is it year 4? It's taking me so long to record this, but I think it's year 4. And of course, if you have not already for some reason, be sure to like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton, and you've made it literally to year number 4 of the rebuild. So if you haven't done that, you've at least liked it. English is hard. You've at least liked it a little bit, so be sure to do that. And turn on notifications and let me know what team to do next. All that should take you like 20 seconds at most. But this is how we're looking going into year 4. Obviously, some differences here. I mean, Devontae Smith, huge addition there. We kind of had a pretty big hole at receiver. I mean, obviously we had Cooper Kupp, but outside of him, we really didn't have anybody, so bringing Devontae Smith in is pretty huge. Matthew Stafford, unfortunately, down to a 72 overall, but hopefully he can play better than his overall. Bozeman, our tight end, what's his name? Chris Bozeman? Yeah, Chris Bozeman has superstar dev, so hopefully he can develop quite a bit throughout the year. We obviously have that rookie tight end as well, but we're going to go with Bozeman because we know he has superstar. The offensive line, I think we just added Quinn Miners, right? Yeah, and then I want to flip the tackles. I don't know why they got flipped, Williams and Harrison, but that's fine. And defensively, we obviously added Asante Samuel Jr., and I think that's it. Oh, we added this Marshall guy, Sean Marshall. He was what, our 2nd round pick? Yeah, pick 15 in the 2nd round. So hopefully he can be good as a rookie. And then Devin Patterson did go up to superstar dev. At least I think he went up to it. I doubt he would have already had it. Yeah, he gained superstar dev for winning defensive rookie of the year. So you love to see that. And outside of that, this team is just definitely the best one we've had so far. That's weird. On the loading screen, not the loading screen, but the last screen, it said we were an 83 overall. Now it says 81. Does it still say? Oh, now it says 81, but it says we have an 81 defense. But when I go into that screen, it says 83. This game confuses me so bad. Oh my god. Well, either way, we're looking nice. We still have studs like Josh Allen, Aaron Donald, Cooper Kupp, Cam Akers, obviously added Devontae Smith. It took a while, but we finally brought the star power back to this team. It obviously kind of left when we lost Bobby Wagner and traded Jalen Ramsey away. We were just too broke to afford any of those top level players, but now we definitely have some. So I'm excited to see how this team does. Hopefully better than we have been doing, knock on wood. So with that, I'll see y'all at the end of year number 4. Okay, at the end of year number 4, we finish 11-6. Finally making the playoffs again. Obviously, we did year 1. Missed them the last couple years, but we are back. Let's see how we did that. Matt Stafford with a very similar year to his last 2 years, I guess. 4,100 yards, 33 touchdowns, 11 picks, 60. He's been basically the same throughout the whole rebuild. Very weird. 1,000 yards, 4.5 yards per carry, 9 touchdowns for Cam Akers, 9 for Kyron Williams. That's interesting. Cooper Kupp with probably his worst year so far. 1,600 yards, 15 touchdowns, but still obviously a very good year. I wish we got the ball to Devontae Smith more. 744 yards, only 2 touchdowns for him. Percy Sutherland, 728 yards, 8 touchdowns. Chris Bozeman, 523 yards, 6 touchdowns. So we really only used Cooper Kupp. It was probably kind of a waste to get Devontae Smith, but it is what it is. Blocking, I checked it at the midseason and it was good, but it looks like it was kind of bad. Defensively, David Long led the team with 117 tackles. Devin Patterson with 103. Tackles for loss, I see something very interesting, but 19 for Aaron Donald, 16 for Sean Marshall as a rookie, Josh Allen with 14, same with Sheldon Miner, and then 12 for Leonard Floyd. And then sacks, 21.5 for Aaron Donald. Don't have to be asking 21 to do some for me because he's already doing some for me. That was a stupid joke. Am I referring to Aaron Donald as 21 sacks? I just said 21 because 21 sacks and it's what came to mind. That was a weird joke. I don't know what I'm going for there. Josh Allen with 20. So we had 2 players with 20 or more sacks. Is that the first time that's ever happened? That has to be a new record. Or not necessarily a record, but the first time 2 players on the same team have had over 20 sacks. Definitely the most ever combined from 2 players on a team, I would guess, right? Because that's what, 41.5 from just 2 players? Some teams don't even get that in a year total, so you definitely love to see that. And then 6.5 from Sean Marshall, 6.5 from Sheldon Miner, 5.5 from Leonard Floyd. He's still been pretty solid for what he is, because he's like a 72 overall. Yeah, 72. Still 5.5 sacks, 12 tackles for loss. That's pretty good. Then Sean Murphy Bunting led the team with 5 interceptions, 3 for Taylor Rapp, 2 for David Long, and then 1 for a few players. Ooh, we were 27th in offense. Gross. We were 3rd in defense. We had a very good defense. 18th in points scored, so that's a little better. I would guess we were like 2nd for points allowed, so we did have a very good defense, unsurprisingly. Josh Allen wins MVP. Mac Jones on the Raiders up there at number 2. Jalen Hurts on the Commanders up there, that's fun. Tua on the Falcons, okay. No Rams, unsurprisingly. Offensive Player of the Year does go to Cooper Kupp. I'm surprised. He wasn't like phenomenal. He was really good, obviously, but that definitely was his worst year so far. No other Rams. And then Defensive Player of the Year goes to Josh Allen. Interesting. I thought Aaron Donald would win that, but at least we do win it. It's probably better because Josh Allen's the younger player. I mean, I guess this is the last year anyways, but still. No other Rams. And then Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Zach Church of the Seattle Seahawks. Defensive Rookie of the Year does go to Sean Marshall. He was pretty good. So a few award wins there. 3 out of like 5 for potential awards there. That's pretty good. Ooh, and we have a one last hurrah here. This is probably going to be Aaron Donald, I would guess. Maybe not, though. He's really the only old player we have other than maybe... Oh, okay, Matthew Stafford, yeah. Oh, wait, no, it was Matthew Stafford talking about Aaron Donald. That thing always confuses me. I hate how they do that. I wish the player would just talk directly. But we get plus 10 morale for everybody, so that's pretty huge. We're probably still going to lose, but maybe we have a better chance. I don't know. And then first of many, which is a lie. We've been in the playoffs before, but whatever. Oh, I guess this just means first playoff game for this year, but why don't they just say wild card? Like saying first playoff game makes it sound like first playoff game ever. I don't know. I don't like the phrasing there. But let's jump in against the Vikings and let's see if we can take them down. They do have the better overall team. So honestly, I wouldn't even be too mad if we lost this, but with how far we've come, I definitely want to try to win. Here we go in the playoffs. This is the first game we have jumped into in the rebuild, and hopefully we can finish this game off right. Let's see if we can get a win. The Vikings go down and immediately get a touchdown, but we take the lead 10-7. We put up another touchdown and another. Okay, we are destroying the Vikings. It is 27-7. Apparently, the retirement of Aaron Donald is fueling everybody. They do put up a touchdown. It's not over yet, but we put up another touchdown and a 2-point. They also put up 1. We are up 42-21. They finally score again at the end, but we win 42-28. We absolutely dominated them, and I don't know if we necessarily deserve to. Oh yeah, they have Malik Cunningham. That's weird. He threw 4 interceptions. Ew. What are you, Russell Wilson against the Packers in 2014? That's a really random reference, but I guess the Seahawks came back and won that game, so I wish they didn't win that game because the next game was the Seahawks-Patriots Super Bowl. I reference the Seahawks too much. I know I'm a Seahawks fan, but like, I don't know why I reference them so much. Why does Travis Kelce's jersey look so orange there? Anyways, am I okay? I feel like I have to ask myself that a lot. I feel like if I have to ask myself that so much, I'm probably not, but it is what it is. But we have a recap for the one last hurrah. This is going to give us what, like 10 more morale? Is that what it does? 2 more wins and we're on to the Super Bowl. I guess you're technically right. 10 more morale. You love to see it. We don't have the best team in the world, but that kind of stuff should definitely help. And then we have a recap recap for the playoff game, whatever the hell they call it, first of many. Huge congrats on the playoff win. We get 7 staff points. I don't really care, honestly. I really don't care. In the divisional, we're going to be taking on the New York Giants. Now, they have a really good defense, it looks like. They are better than us at everything. They have a better offense, better defense, better overall. I thought it was going to raise our team overall because we obviously are working with the high morale, but apparently not. Yeah, still at an 83, but we have Matt Stafford, Mr. Frat Stafford, playing up to a 77, which is about where he was at the beginning of the rebuild. I think he was a 78. Defensively, David Long playing up to an 86. I feel like the playoff morale is a little broken because, I mean, you literally have players playing 3, 4, 5 overall higher than they normally are, which I guess that's fine, but how motivated can you really be? I feel like natural ability is a lot of it, but whatever, man. Let's jump in against the Giants and let's see if we can win while at home. This is a game we could win, but now that I say that, we're probably going to get destroyed. I thought we should have gotten beat in the last one because we were playing away against a better team, but I mean, a win is a win. We'll see if we can win this one though. All right, it is divisional round time against New York. This is definitely a scary game. This is a team that's looking way up in real life. Not the most talented roster, but here they are. So it's tied 3-3 early. We put up back-to-back field goals after that. They take the lead with a touchdown, but we take it right back with a touchdown. We're up 16-10, now 19-10. Lots of field goals in this game, 19-17. And now we just stalled. The Giants put up another touchdown. They go up 24-19, and they win because we can't go down and score. So it looks like our offense just kind of gave out on us there. Yeah, Matt Stafford with not his best game, 189 yards, only 52% completion percentage. Cam Akers wasn't doing much. Our defense was doing very well. Aaron Donald with 3 sacks. Our offense was just bad. But of course, that is the end of today's rebuild. I would consider it pretty successful. I mean, we took probably the hardest team to rebuild in the game and built a somewhat decent roster that has a lot of potential for the future. If I had time, I would definitely love to make this team even better. But of course, like I said, that is the end. So thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I will see you guys again in the next video. Goodbye.